Hey guys, I'm David Demuzio. This is Hair Loss Hope, and today I have my friend Dodge, who specialized in hormone replacement therapy before he started working with Dr. McGrath and doing hair transplants. So he has had a lot of experience with both hair and hair loss and hormones, which is something I get a lot of questions about on my channel, and actually even some accusations, or I guess it's sort of an accusation. I've gotten quite a few comments with people asking me if I am using TRT, or sort of saying that I am using TRT. So, Dodge, you looking at me in person, do you have any reason to believe that I might be using TRT?
You're pretty lean. You've got a good amount of muscle mass, but it's kind of ridiculous just to jump to those conclusions. You know, you got guys who you would never guess are on TRT, so they can be completely overweight, and then you've got guys that, you know, it's very obvious they're on it, or it may look like it. It's kind of getting hormone replacement does not mean you're going to be big and strong or lean and muscular or anything like that.
Okay, so it can be fairly invisible when you get hormone replacement done.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, a lot of the guys that are walking around getting testosterone replacement, they're 40 to 60 years old. They're relatively active, but you're not going to see them out of a crowd and just think that they're in incredibly great shape. But it's highly likely that it's highly improving the quality of their life.
How does TRT affect hair loss, or how can it? And in both a positive or a negative way? And what are the ways that it sort of could affect us? Because I might be wanting to get on it at some point.
Sure. Mostly with testosterone therapy, if you are genetically predisposed to male pattern balding, it would potentially be a negative in the hair. Not
Mm.
everybody gets severe hair loss when they start testosterone. A lot of time there might be a little bit of a shock, and then it can kind of turn around in about 4 to 6 months. But the biggest thing is always going to be the DHT that impacts the hair loss. So, if you got someone who's doing testosterone and they're also doing finasteride, which is blocking that DHT, they're less likely to see as severe of hair loss. You also may have someone that starts on testosterone replacement therapy and they really see no significant recession or progression at all. The other thing is, even if you are keeping that DHT down and you have really high levels of testosterone, although it's not really binding to the androgen receptors the same as DHT, it can eventually do some whittling away.
Okay. So is it something that I, being on finasteride and this oral minoxidil combo pill, if I was going to get on it, I'm not on it, by the way, I've never taken any, but if I was going to get on it, do you think it's something that I should worry about, that it's going to affect my, natural hair loss, progressive sort of genes that I have?
I mean, I have tons of patients that are on testosterone therapy with no issues, but it's something that you would definitely want to take some good photos and monitor that with photos. You may notice an increase in shedding in the very beginning, and then once your levels kind of regulate and things are figured out, you may notice that you're really not noticing a significant loss anymore.
And what are the benefits to me of doing testosterone replacement therapy if I guess I would need some kind of a biopsy done in order to check my blood levels and to check my testosterone levels and things like that?
So you would get a blood panel drawn. You'd be checking testosterone and some other things to see what your free testosterone is, and obviously you do want a full workup to know that you're healthy and your organs are working well, so that you're safe to even do the testosterone. Um, but there's a lot more benefits to testosterone than what most people think of, which is muscle building and sex drive. That's there's much more to it. Another
Oh, so
thing.
those are the things that people just automatically think. I
Yeah.
get more muscle, I have better sex drive.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
those are the two main things, but, there are a lot of guys who it helps their sleep, it helps their cognitive function, it helps regulate blood sugar levels. So if you're diabetic, I've had people who were able to get off of their insulin entirely or reduce their medications. Um, it helps if you, uh, um, I'm blank. It helps with nitric oxide, which is very important for your cardiovascular system. There's a big misconception that it's bad for your heart. If you are keeping them within a good range, it's actually healthier for your heart. There are studies showing that it improved the ejection fraction in hearts.
Wow. So it sounds like overall, except for the hair aspect, it pretty much has the potential to improve many aspects of your physical health and life.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it can be life changing. I have patients who I've gotten them off antidepressants. They hadn't had sex in 3 years because they had issues, and we were able to get them to a place where that was a possibility. and it gives confidence. It makes you a little bit more, ready to take on the day. It improves your dopamine, it improves all your neurotransmitter responses. And at the end of the day, it does help. You go to the gym, you're able to actually recover and build some muscle. It's not, you're not going to do it and suddenly you look like Arnold. That's not how it works at all.
Now, I wonder, I wish we could put this at the beginning of the video because I feel like this is a question that we get a lot of or questions about is actually finasteride. And some guys will say that they've been on finasteride for, let's say, 10 years, and suddenly they start having sexual side effects from finasteride, and that, they're having issues in the bedroom with all of that stuff because of finasteride. And so they get off of finasteride because of that, and then they start losing a bunch of hair because they're now off of finasteride, right? Would it be something to consider to get look into hormone replacement therapy and to the TRT instead of getting off of finasteride, to actually try, let's say that getting off finasteride works for them? Would you say that it would be better to maybe, before you get off finasteride, look into the hormone replacement therapy, even though it could potentially have effect on your DHT levels and losing some hair? It's probably going to be better than just getting off of the finasteride altogether, and maybe it would help with your sex drive and things.
I think it's worth checking into. I've always speculated that some of the guys who have some of these issues, they already were a little bit low in testosterone, and DHT is a little stronger of an androgen, so it's kind of helping to hold on to that sex drive and erection quality and things like that. So I have had patients who, if they're on testosterone, usually they never blink when they start finasteride. The question you always have to ask is starting one medication, having to add additional things, is that worth that one medication? And that's something that's each person individually has to decide. I've always, in my clinic, I give the risks, I give the benefits, and as long as we're in a safe realm and it makes sense, it's their decision. I'm there to help make that decision individualized for each person.
Well, thank you so much for watching. If you have more questions, we're definitely going to be doing more videos like this. So feel free to pop them in the comments, and any questions about hormones and how that affects your hair would most be welcome. So we're going to do 2 other videos on HGH and also on peptides. So if you're interested in those subjects and their effects on muscle growth and hair loss, then check those out as well. See you soon. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm down here performing at Maho Sinesta Beach Resort here in St. Martin, and I brought these right here with me. These were made by my friend Brian, who I went to Brazil with last summer, and these are his hair fibers. He did a ton of work trying to find the best formulation of hair fibers, and this is actually a video right here. This is real time, 27 seconds, including him putting it on, patting, combing, everything. 27 seconds. What these do for your hair. It's pretty incredible. So I brought these with me because I'm performing here, super bright lights. I want to feel my most confident from every single angle, no matter what lights are shining on me, and these do it for sure. My hair looks awesome when I use these. So I think this is one of the most underutilized things for guys with thinning or thin hair. You can use my code. My code is HOPE. So if you go to the link in the video description and use the code HOPE, you will get 25% off. That's my affiliate link. I'd love you to support Brian. Get something that you're definitely going to use and is going to improve your life. And yeah, HOPE 25% off. See ya.